next bout from Municipal Auditorium here in Kansas City. It's Nurmagomedov and Howard going toe-to-toe as we take a look at the tail of the tape. 26, 5'11", 171, and a 73-inch reach, as opposed to 33, 5'7", 17, and 71-inch reach for John Howard as we send it inside the cage and Jazzakuro. So here we go in the welterweight division. This one's scheduled for 3 rounds. And again, we see another one of the fighters in the World Series of Fighting coming by way of Russia and Dagestan region. Proficient in Sambo, but these fighters have been coming from that part of the world. Renzo Gracie have been so well developed, not only just with their Sambo and their jiu-jitsu, but their striking, their grappling.
They are very, very high-level wrestlers. You know, like the cream of the crop from Russia came from Dagestan.
Big overhand looping left, and Nurmagomedov goes back for seconds for John Howard. Wow, getting it inside quickly as Howard tries to fire off that right in retaliation. Howard landing that inside leg kick. With that big overhand left that Nurmagomedov is able to throw is pretty impressive. As we get our first clinch, and we'll see where this one goes. Not sure if either fighter wants to take this to the ground, but Nurmagomedov, you'd have to figure Renzo would have the better ground game in this one.
Definitely. Howard is extremely well versed in jiu-jitsu too. His ground game is very efficient. Abubakar used a very efficient knee here when Howard was against the fence.
John Howard coming in with an impressive record of 24-12, 9 KOs, 6 subs, so he has some knockout power in those fists. What's interesting of note of John Howard is that he is autistic and has talked about that extensively, and here he is in a big battle right now with Nurmagomedov in round number 1 as we go under 3 minutes to go. And John Howard out of Boston, Mass, strong with a very difficult opponent here early on as Nurmagomedov tries for the takedown, unable to get it.
Beautiful knee Howard lands as he's walking out. Very exciting fight.
It's amazing how close they're standing. I mean,
they're touching gloves.
I mean, they're almost right there. And I guess is that a mutual respect thing, or is that just?
Yeah, that's preparing the counter. Like as you, beautiful timing, beautiful takedown, perfectly timed.
Nurmagomedov getting the first takedown of the match. He has a 73-inch reach over Howard's 71, so that theory goes out the window, and this thing turns into a ground game now.
What makes them standing like that so close and waiting for the first one to, they realize the counters are, most of the knockouts came from counters. So they actually stand right next to each other waiting for the first one to throw so he can counter and try to reach a knockout as his opponent is leaning forward.
Don't use that head. Don't use that head.
And he's being warned is Nurmagomedov from driving that head into the chin of John Howard.
Howard doing a good game in terms of defending. Abubakar trying to reach the half guard, driving the knee down and trying to pass. In order to keep Howard down, it's difficult for Abubakar to throw some leather at him because he needs to keep the pressure, which prevents him from posturing and throwing some strong punches there.
And if that name in the fight game sounds familiar, Nurmagomedov, his brother Habib, as you can see in the back of your top of your screen, working with his brother, he is a very accomplished fighter in his own right.
Extremely tough guy. I had the opportunity to roll with him a few days ago, and what a pleasure.
It really was a pleasure. Huh? It really was a pleasure.
It was. Every time I have a hard time.
You went easy on it.
When you are on this line of business, every time you have a hard time, you have a tough time, it's a pleasure.
Coming up on the final 30 seconds of this bout, scheduled for 3 rounds in the welterweight division of the World Series of Fighting. Close fight early on, but Nurmagomedov has certainly taken control of this one. Now working out of the closed guard of John Howard, who's on his back and looking for a way to score some points or get this fight back to its feet. We'll have the second round live when we return to Kansas City.
Seconds out. Seconds out. Go, get in the corner, get in the corner, get in the corner.
Back inside Kansas City's Municipal Auditorium. This is WSOF 33. Todd Harris, Renzo Gracie, Joey Varner with you on a beautiful Friday night here in Kansas City. Round number 2, Nurmagomedov and John Howard as we check in with Joey.
All right, Todd. Well, the advice on the Howard corner had nothing to do with wrestling. They told their fighter they wanted more fights, to set up straight punches down the middle, and don't forget to blast him with devastating leg kicks.
Speaking of kicks, a big one coming off the head of Nurmagomedov.
Extremely hard to defend the front kick when it comes. It comes with speed, thank God, not with a lot of power most of the time.
Great action taking place tonight. WSOF 33 from Kansas City's Municipal Auditorium. Todd Harris, Renzo Gracie, Joey Varner, glad to be with you on a Friday night as we are taking a look at a bout in the welterweight division with Abubakar Nurmagomedov and John Howard. First round, Renzo, if you had to give the fight to one of the fighters, who you handed it to?
Even though it would be a tough one to call, I really think Abubakar
There you go.
had the advantage on that one.
John Howard this time seems to be a little more aggressive, heeding the words as Joey Varner reported, trying to land some devastating leg kicks, and he gets a takedown of his own, but both fighters quickly back to their feet. Hear the corner of John Howard telling their fighter, make it a dogfight. And this time it's Howard trying to walk down Abubakar, and perfectly timed shot, unable to close the deal, and John Howard able to throw him off.
Howard is avoiding takedowns very efficiently, and as Abubakar moves back, he tries to counter.
Still impressed, Renzo, how close these guys are standing to each other.
It's
I mean,
amazing.
It's almost like they just missed out on it. You know, he has a 73-inch reach, not a 63.
Yeah, and you think about when Fyodor was fighting, nobody ever got that close to him. He'll be lunging forward, throwing haymakers that if they land, the hair wouldn't grow back, you know?
Yep. You see Abubakar Nurmagomedov coming down the pipe with that straight shot, and now John Howard decides now's a good time, maybe have a little more head movement.
Abubakar is using a very efficient elbow every time Howard gets closer.
That shot attempt stuffed as well by John Howard, so doing a better job, and I don't think he wants any part of going to the ground with Nurmagomedov. Nice 1-2
with the overhand left going right on top and landing right behind Howard's ear.
He's just working the speed bag right now. Abubakar just pawing at it. Both fighters exchanging kicks here as we go under 2 minutes to go here in round number 2. This one's scheduled for 3. And since you had a chance to work out with Habib Nurmagomedov the other day, how does his brother compare to him?
It's very tough. It's a very tough kid too. You know, it's for sure it's on the way to be a great champion on this sport. It's funny, like when they ask him how did he begin training MMA, he goes, "This is in my bloodline." That means fighting is on his family too.
Nurmagomedov certainly feeling it here as he's dancing around, comes in with a combination, misses that time with that big looping left hand, but the right jab has been working very consistently here in the second round. John Howard showing that he's got a pretty tough chin. He comes in with a low right. He's in trouble.
He landed.
He is in trouble, and Abubakar Nurmagomedov
landed a very good shot, very powerful right hand.
You saw it buckle the knees of John Howard, and he's now in recovery mode.
And Howard has a very tough jaw.
Yes, he does.
It was an elbow, huh? It was actually an elbow that landed. From what I could only see the hand coming in. I didn't see. And Howard is still putting the pressure. He's going to bring him down.
Takedown.
Beautiful reverse.
So
beautiful.
Taking that big shot, he gets a takedown of his own. Can't make it stick. And they're back to their feet. 15 seconds to go in round 2. And we will have a third and final round when we return to WSOF 33 live on NBCSN. As we get set for the third and final round, take a look at this elbow. Right there. You were right, Henzo. It was the right elbow of Nurmagomedov.
It really looked like it was a right hook, but in reality, it was a beautiful elbow. Very sharp and right on the spot.
Throw me a towel over here. Hey, sir, you right over there,
And our referee, Mike England, sees a spot that was in the Nurmagomedov corner.
Guys, make sure you clean that water up. Back over here.
Towels that off.
Ready? Let's fight.
While we have a quick little break, we'll check in with Joey Varner.
All right, Todd. Well, Coach Javier Mendez kept the instructions simple for his fighter. He said, use your jab, keep him at range, pick him apart, and dominate this fight.
Let's see if he can do that here in the third and final round of this one. Better round for round 2, Henzo, would you agree, for John Howard? A little more offense on his side.
Definitely. He improved his game, and he was able to get some very good moments during the match, during that round.
Big moment of the match, though, so far has got to be that quick elbow that Abubakar threw. It looked like a hook, and he caught him with the elbow, putting John Howard to the ground. But Howard showing just how tough he is. Scrambles, gets a takedown right after that happened. So he finishes round 2 very strongly and comes out here now and connects with that quick right. I want to remind you, we've still got 3 more bouts to go after this one. It all culminates with our main event of the night as David Branch puts his light heavyweight belt on the line against Brazilian Vini Magalhães. But still business to take care of in this one in the welterweight division. Nurmagomedov with the single. Great sprawl defense by John Howard to stay on his feet.
He was able to get the takedown to bring him down. It's more like a dragging down.
Almost looked like John Howard almost didn't anticipate it and lost his balance and just went over backwards.
In reality, he locked Abubakar locked his hip and was able to drag him to the floor. Now he's in half guard. Howard is doing was doing before at least an efficient job in defending Abubakar from a passing there, but now I think with the tiredness and he's leaving very open his side for Abubakar to climb him up.
Keep working. There you go. That's it. Give me some elbows too.
See, look how far he is on half guard now. He's able to, if he wants to grab the head or to control the neck in order to pass the guard.
The voice you're hearing is Habib Nurmagomedov, the brother of Abubakar. Great UFC fighter in his own right, working his brother's corner, and he is constantly chattering away in Russian to his brother, telling him what he should be doing. John Howard's got less than 2 minutes to make something happen here, as Nurmagomedov really seems to be doing the better job here as the ground game slows way down. Final 90 seconds of this fight here in the welterweight division. Surprising there that Mike England had seen enough.
Get back, get back.
I really think this was a little early to call, to bring that fight out.
It's got to be the benefit of John Howard, who was really not scoring any points, and now at least now he can let the hands go.
Don't grab his pants. Very good.
And again, Abubakar is behind Howard, trying to control his hip to do the same takedown again. Just drag him to the floor. Look, he's going to try to trap his leg. Howard did very efficiently to block this time.
Wow.
Ooh, he was looking at the camera.
Yeah, Nurmagomedov is looking up at the camera, looking up at the monitor, and John Howard takes that opportunity to fire off a big right, snapping the head back.
Good moment for Howard right now. He was staring at the camera.
Looking up at the big jumbotron to see how much time was left, and John Howard just popped him.
On perfect timing.
Tries to jump into a submission move and just unable to do that. And late in the fight, when the fighters are all sweaty, it's tough to get some
slippery,
grip.
yeah, he went straight to the floor.
It might have been the last gasp for John Howard as we were under 10 seconds to go in the fight. But Nurmagomedov, I'm sure he'll go back to his corner and they'll say, listen, next time you want to know how much time is left, just ask us or we'll tell you. But don't stand and look at the big TV. As this fight has come to a conclusion, we will have the official results as both fighters congratulate one another. We'll return to Municipal Auditorium in Kansas City after this short break.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of professional fighting, we will go to your judges' scorecards. Judges Henry Gary and Brett Miller scored 29-28, and Ross Swanberg scores it 30-27, all for your winner by unanimous decision, Abubakar Nurmagomedov.